We like to shot blast all our boats to make sure you get longevity on your paint system and peace of mind that your investment is well protected. You need a high volume of air to do this job properly. We've got two air lines going one into our pot and one into our filters for the breathing air for protection for the operator. We've also got obviously some good welding gauntlets for protection on your hands whilst blasting, air-fed mask. So we use an aggregate called J-Blast, which goes into our hopper, which cleans the steel. This is obviously before shot blasting. This steel is quite heavy in mill scale. You can see already, even though it's new steel, there's some signs of very, very small pitting already. So what we're trying to do with this process is remove any inconsistency in the steel. Where we've welded joints, you can see here, they've been linished, so the mill scale's been removed, but what it does, it leaves it very, very shiny. The more you linish sometimes, the shinier it gets, and paint just doesn't like sticking to a nice shiny surface. So what we're actually after, not polishing the surface so much, we want a nice rough finish. So if you look down now, once it's been shot blasted, you can see all microscopic indentations it's left, which we call the key. And we can do this to different profiles, depending on the size of compressor, how much air we put into it, the different aggregates. We tried to go back to white steel, which is sort of SA2, SA 2.5, which for an inland boat is more than adequate, but some people will actually use a 2-pack system, but without the shot blasting, so you're not getting this lovely key. So what can happen, if you're painting 2-pack systems onto nice shiny steel, as soon as you get any damage where the water and moisture can ingress into that and get behind the paint system, it will just tear off in sheets. You can pull it off like wrapping paper, because it's just not stuck to the steel, and the epoxy systems go so rock hard that it literally just comes off in sheets. If you get insulation and shot blasting right, then you'll have peace of mind for 25, 30 years, probably even longer than that. There's nowhere for any moisture to get into the steel, and steel's a very good product to build boats out of, very strong. So if it's insulated properly and it's shot blasted and epoxied, the life expectancy is just never ending really. You can just keep repainting every sort of 10 to 15 years and the boat should last forever, There's no reason why that corrosion process can start. To me, it's like building poor footings. You wouldn't spend all your money on your house and put really poor footings in, so why should you start your boat in a cheap and nasty way? So to me, shot blasting is probably one of the most important parts of the boat, and unfortunately there's probably only 1 or 2 boat builders in the UK doing it. If you was to go over to Holland and ask a steel boat builder, do they shot blast? Everyone would say yes straight away. But in the UK, because it's quite a small cottage industry, people get away with not blasting. Doesn't make it right, but a lot of customers just don't understand the problems that can occur. We've had boats back here more through our sister company, All Works, that does a lot more of the outside painting work. We've had boats only 3 or 4 years old that have got sort of 2 miller pitting, and already the problem has started. People then try and paint over it with more poor paint. Take it out 18 months later, they've got the same problem again. Then they end up here and it's costing them probably twice as much as it is to have it done in the first place. So it's far better to have it done at the start when it's a steel hull, it's easy to clean, and then your boat's good for 20, 30 years, as long as it's looked after. So we do shells, and we can supply shells and shot blasting to other manufacturers. So if you're having your boat built and you want to bring it here to be shot blasted and done properly, then give us an email. We're always happy to work with any boat builder and do outside work as well. We totally can be mobile, so we can go to anywhere in the country to do this process. So as you can see, we've blasted just half of this rear seating area, just so you can really see the difference. So I think that sort of speaks for itself. And like I say, there's not many people do this because of the cost and the dirtiness of the job. But I'm sure you can see that, you know, it's crazy not to. The chances of paint sticking to that, it's 50-50. You know, you may be very lucky, but you can see that the corrosion process has already started, and you're taking a gamble with, you know, even its cheapest narrowboat now is probably £140,000. So why on earth would you save, you know, a couple of grand for the shop blasting and take that risk? It's just, it's madness to me. When you can bring it here, bring your boat here, or have a shell built by us, get it done properly, and then it's just peace of mind for years to come. We've got epoxy systems that we can use which will last up to 7-8 years. There's some better systems even than that, which could last even over 10 years, no problem. So, you know, if you need to learn more about it, or you're having a boat built and you want to know the best way of shop blasting and painting, give us a call or an email and we can advise you and push you in the right direction.